So now we showed the groundwork and we showed the 4 operants of stop, step back, and step up, and displacing the shoulders and displacing the haunches. The best way to start working with a horse under saddle, I'm going to show it now under saddle, and I talked about having the posture necessary to get it done, and hopefully I'm in the right posture. I'm always thinking about that myself, is to start what my friend in the UK called mounted groundwork. So instead of going right away to a faster speed, we're going to just ask for the same operants, obviously have to walk to stop, of stop, go, and then displacing the shoulders, which is the turning aid, and moving the haunches. And anyone can really do this. This doesn't take a high level of skill. And we're reinstalling on horses that are a little dull to pressures. We're reinstalling this under saddle. So it's the same thing we just did on the ground, but now I'm sitting on the horse. Partly I will be using the movement of my sit bones and my hips, and that's classical conditioning. So I'll talk through that when I'm using my seat, but I'm mainly using the rein pressure and my leg pressure, and the rein pressure is to turn the horse and my leg pressure to yield the hind legs. So now I'm just walking Elle, and I'm not asking her anything, and I'm thinking about my posture. And now I'm going to ask her from my rein pressure, but the first thing I'm going to do is stop my sit bones, lower my elbows, and engage my lats. That felt like a pretty good light pressure. And I give the pressure, I'm exaggerating this giving so that I'm proving she's in self-carriage, she's not leaning on my hand, and she's waiting for me to tell her to walk on again. Now I ask her to walk on. It wasn't a very good walk on, so I gave her a little whip tap. And now I'm going to pull my hip back, stop my hip first, close my hand, and release the pressure. Now, if she would trial to keep going, I might have to do a little step back. I'm going to try to see if I can do this and do it on 6 steps. So I'm going to walk on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's pretty good. That's 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That was better. I'll do one more. Really think of my lats. 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. And there she went to lean forward, so I'm going to do 1 step back and give again. And I'll try that one more time. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That was the best. Well done. So horses, even though they know this, don't always stop on a light pressure, and they don't always stop completely in balance, so we have to constantly make them sensitive to the whoa aid again. My seat stops first. I could say the word whoa, classical conditioning, but I'm using my lat muscles as I close my hand in case you were to trial step forward or lengthen the neck or keep the feet going without stopping the feet, exactly when I ask. Now I want to show the rider, that would be me right now, doing it without using my lats, without making a passive resistance. I'm going to stop her, and I'm going to do what I see a lot of people doing. Now, she stops pretty well, but I don't think she's under behind. I'm going to do the wrong posture again. And actually, because she's so well trained, she stops, but she presses her neck forward. Now I'm going to do it correct again. So I'm more upright. I have my lat muscles engaged. And I just stop and I close my hand. But she's already a little heavier because I leaned against her so she doesn't have as light a pressure. She's a little more bracy. Now I'm going to show another version of wrong. I'm just walking along and I'm going to stop. Elle hates that. She put her neck way in because that bit pressure, she wanted to move her neck in to avoid that heavy bit pressure. Yeah, she stopped, but not in a really good way. She's more on the forehand. I'll do that one more time, even though I feel kind of bad. That's biceps. And that made her step back. And I'll show you one more version of wrong again. She doesn't even stop. I stretched up. I'm told to stretch up tall. Lift my chest. I have to get long when I halt. Stretching up didn't work very well. So now I'm going to go back to the right posture, neutral spine. I have my core engaged. I have my lats engaged. I'm thinking about the movement of my sit bones. I'm walking my sit bones. I stop my sit bones. I close my hand. I have my lats. I release. Okay, now I want to show a differentiation with little different signals where I can have Elle have a nice quick walk and then a slower walk. And then quick again. And slow. And I'm using my hip a little bit, classical conditioning, a little rain pressure. And quick again. And my inside leg has a little bumping motion. And if she didn't listen to that, I could do a whip tap. Now I'm going to make the stride length short and long. So I'm going to use my upper thighs. I'm going to feel like I'm barely walking. And she's taking very little step. And then I'm going to use my outside leg with a little nudge about every third stride. Bigger hip motion. And you can see she starts to reach her neck forward and down. And that's when we start getting what we call longitudinal flexion. I'm going to bring her back into short again. And it might get a little slow. I'm not going to worry about it. And then long. Outside leg. Allowing arms. Pushing the neck away with my arms, feeling. And that was very good. Elle was one of the horses, the young horses, that motivated me to go on my journey of how to be a better horse trainer. And I ended up on the ground a few times with Elle. She bucked me off. And I knew I needed to have a better way to understand her behaviors. And now I feel very comfortable and she's very happy.